Dolton Thursday evening as Chicago's former mayor, who was hired to investigate Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard's administration, revealed the shocking spending of taxpayer dollars.
Drama in Dolton. Credit card transactions amounting to thousands of dollars without explanation and millions more owed to vendors.
A bombshell report highlights just how much financial trouble the village of Dolton is really.
They say the village is facing financial disaster and they blame the mayor for mismanagement. She says this is all just political retribution.
No response to repeated interview requests. I tried to track down Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard in person today. Village employees told me she wasn't in the...
The residents of Dolton and Thoron Township were aware of financial difficulties, but few imagined the severity until Lori Lightfoot's revelations exposed that the village was millions of dollars in debt. Tiffany Henyard seems determined to drain the banks in Dolton and Thoron Township completely before leaving office. For years, residents have pleaded for Henyard to resign, citing allegations of corruption and favoritism that have plagued her tenure, yet she has shown no concern or intention to step down. The situation reached a breaking point with the announcement of an FBI investigation into her conduct, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing controversy.
From multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges.
This escalation occurred when Tiffany Henyard became the target of multiple complaints, including allegations from business owners claiming their establishments were shut down solely for refusing to support her political activities.
Or retaliation. Both of the Dolton bars that were raided and shut down last night, we visited the day before as part of our ongoing investigation into allegations of political corruption in Dolton.
They just rushed in here, put police at the front of the door like they was doing a raid on the drug houses.
A team of Dolton police officers raided and shut down Pablo's Bar and Cafe and Rinky's Bar and Cafe, both located on Sibley, about a block apart.
Everything going peacefully. Nothing going on. It's like 10 police cars came in and they start pushing customers from here. And he said, if you don't leave, we're going to lock you up.
Employees and owners say it's part of an ongoing campaign of harassment by Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard that is costing jobs and money. Their business licenses have been stripped by Dolton, but they've continued to operate with a state license.
A few months later, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was tasked with investigating Tiffany Henyard's alleged illegal practices. Unsurprisingly, Henyard attempted to deflect blame, initially trying to pin the village's financial troubles on the trustees.
Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard at the helm of the village's first packed meeting since Dolton trustees passed a resolution last month requiring her to turn over the village's financial records and asking the FBI to investigate her alleged misuse of village funds. The mayor admits to a $2 million deficit, but trustees say it's millions.
Tiffany Henyard made an awkward and nearly humiliating attempt to veto the FBI probe into her behavior, but the Board of Trustees swiftly overrode her veto with a decisive majority vote.
Their resolution.
The veto message is related to the secret scrutiny meetings, yes, that the Board of Trustees have.
The trustees vowed to override her veto. One of them, Kiana Belcher, sitting at the meeting with her portrait because she says it was removed from the wall of Village Hall.
And this is just a process to drag it along, but everybody sees what's going on.
The village, under Henyard's leadership, is cracking down on access, pushing media at tonight's meeting to the very back of the room, almost out of sight of public comment from residents. But their voices were loud and clear.
You lied to us as residents. You do not stand for me, and I want you to step down as mayor today and save our village from this deficit that you have caused.
The mayor can blame everybody for what's going on, but she has to look at herself. Nobody told her to get on TV and lie like that.
Everybody cares about the person that's making a mess.
Henyard placing the blame elsewhere.
But only judge when you got both sides of the story, not one-sided narrative, which is negative narrative.
Tiffany Henyard has consistently portrayed herself as innocent, often dismissing criticism as rooted in prejudice against Black or female individuals. However, she has repeatedly declined to address questions about her now infamous trip to Lossai, Vegas, where she allegedly spent thousands of government dollars on airline tickets, accommodations, and meals.
As you heard me speak today in my boardroom, I do not have it.
Some of those charges are for you.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that? You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I did.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
You're not going to answer how taxpayer dollars are spent? That seems odd.
I did. What do you mean? Your question.
You said you wouldn't answer about Las Vegas.
You asked me a question and I responded.
Okay, we dance together at this time, at this moment. This is going to be Black History Month, right?
Y'all all say Martin Luther King can dream. So guess what? I am the dream.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet.
Of course I'm gonna give away $1 million to help you pay your mortgage and your rent. Of course I am.
The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. We get scrutinized in the meeting. For what? Loving on the people, showing them that they matter to us. We going through the fires for y'all.
It's Black History Month. As the first African-American female mayor of Dolton, of course I'm misunderstood.
And y'all should be ashamed of y'all stuff. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed.
Residents of Dolton and Thornton were stunned by Lori Lightfoot's initial report, which included a presentation so impactful that audience members could be heard reacting audibly throughout.
Since 2021, the general fund for day-to-day operations in the red with $3.65 million. Police department expenditures up 21%, with 2 officers paid more in overtime pay than regular pay. As of June 18th, 589 checks totaling more than $6 million approved but not sent to vendors. 6 different credit cards with receipts rarely provided, and purchases under investigation, including $40,000 in charges to Amazon.
You may hear a number of things in the coming days. But what I can assure you is the information that we share, that we're putting our names on, is drawn directly from financial records of the church.
I knew we were broke. And the way she broke it down and just let the other residents hear what was really going on, because Tiffany Henyard always talk about fake news, and this.
Tiffany Henyard seemed to vanish after the revelations, evading all attempts by news organizations to contact her. This came after it was revealed that she had driven the general fund into millions of dollars of debt, not even accounting for other alleged embezzlements.
The village's credit card spending is out of control. Mayor Tiffany Henyard didn't respond to any of my requests today, and I'm told she's not in the building. No response to repeated interview requests. I tried to track down Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard in person today. Village employees told me she wasn't in the office and didn't say when she would be, a day after this. A packed community meeting Thursday night, outburst after.
The trustees highlighted the facts to underscore that Tiffany Henyard was far from a leader for the people, portraying her instead as someone who financed her lavish lifestyle with public funds.
$1,000 at Amazon. What a slap in the face to everybody that reside in 60419 zip code.
I know how I felt when I started seeing these numbers, so I can imagine how all of you are feeling after all this time being in the dark. There are a number of other things we know, but we aren't ready yet. We got to verify them 20 ways from Sunday.
Here is proof for everyone to see, and even the ones who doubt us. If you don't see through this, it's nothing I can say to you. February of 2025, clean house.
Tiffany Henyard has taken steps to shield herself from inquiries, even going so far as to have her criminal defense lawyers attend board meetings. Recently, she appears to have found new allies in the legal field, particularly after dismissing her former top aide, Keith Freeman.
About me, I want you to prove it. Because, like I said, fact versus fiction.
So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out.
Sitting at the mayor's side in a place usually reserved for the village attorneys, 2 unfamiliar faces. This is Chicago Federal Criminal Defense Attorney Beau Brindley, along with his law partner Ed McDavid. The website for Brindley's law firm says, "Results matter, aggressive criminal defense." The 2 criminal lawyers sat next to Henyard the entire meeting and even went into the board's closed executive session. Henyard is at the center of an ongoing FBI corruption investigation.
I didn't know them. A lot of my board members, they didn't know them either.
The irony isn't lost on anyone, as Tiffany Henyard has predictably claimed that she's the one doing all the work, accusing the trustees of wasting money on investigations into her. She has also taken aim at anyone questioning her, all while elevating L. Lacey, a former alderman and village trustee, to a new, even more significant role.
Lewis Lacey, fired for insubordination last week by the Dolton Village Board, is back, appointed by Tiffany Henyard as police chief. Trustees say it's an illegal appointment. Lacey was arraigned on federal bankruptcy fraud charges Thursday afternoon. It's alleged that he lied under oath in a scheme to hide assets and income from creditors.
Well, Mr. Lacey is absolutely not guilty of all 9 counts. I think the government likes to bring as many counts as possible, just so the media will say that he has been charged with.
When it was revealed at the first meeting that Tiffany Henyard had failed to file any financial reports for the past 2 years, people began taking action against her. One such move was to freeze $135,000, which is typically allocated for outstanding fees and traffic penalties. Meanwhile, Henyard's actions have started to alienate some of her supporters, as evidenced by the appearance of a whistleblower from the Thornton Board of Trustees.
Enjoyed near unanimous support on the Thornton Township Board, but now trustee Carmen Carlisle says after trusting Henyard and remaining silent, she will be a whistleblower against Henyard. Carlisle released a statement to WGN that reads in part, for the past 2 years, Henyard has manipulated employees, vendors, and residents using her position to increase her influence, all while projecting a false image of success funded by the hardworking taxpayers of Thornton Township and the village of Dolton. Henyard shows no accountability or conscience for her actions against employees or taxpayers. Henyard has denied wrongdoing and claims her opponents are out for what she calls.
Recently, the focus shifted to Dolton, where tensions remain high over Tiffany Henyard's questionable appointment to the position of village administrator.
Appointment will be for village administrator.
Last night, Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard appointed a new top aide to a $100,000 a year job without board consent. 34-year-old Michael A. Smith, who's been active in South suburban politics for years.
The reason for Mike is he has a wealth of great information. He's a young person and ex-politician. He knows the laws like the back of his hand.
Perhaps that's because Smith has been in and out of trouble with the law for years. Public reporting shows Smith has been charged at least 8 times with crimes ranging from domestic battery to official misconduct. In 2012, Smith, then a young trustee in Dixmoor, resigned after pleading guilty to theft when he allegedly stole gasoline by posing as a police officer. Then in 2018, Smith was working as an assistant dean at Thornton Fractional High School when he was fired for sexual harassment of a female.
To make matters worse, Tiffany Henyard appears too distracted to address the reality of the village's financial situation, which is now in debt by millions of dollars. As the situation continues to unfold, remember to leave a comment below with your thoughts and click the bell symbol for future updates. Until we meet again, thanks for watching.